Comes up with it, inboard to Pictionary, and now the switch is on. Here's Harvey. He's got Matsumoto, last week's hero, if he wants him. They're going to be wary of him, and no foul given, so Lions are going to come away with the ball now, and there's a bit of space in midfield here for Hoare, but it's going to be cleaned up there by Harvey, and Harpus a bit bobbly, but he's controlled it really well. Now Lions on their left wing, but in the end it couldn't be controlled there. They're going to attack the northern end first here at Campbeltown.
Mark Marino has recovered from that knock last week. Great ball there. Detroit trying to get through now for Campbelltown City. He's got onto it. Detroit gets the byline. Can he swing it in? He can. Anyone at the far post? It's Toure. Toure's there. First time shot. That was a nice shot by Toure. In the end, probably no challenge there for Borean, the goalkeeper, but a great first-time shot by Toure. And just as quickly as Campbelltown got up, so did Lions attack. It's a quick-paced game to start with. Unfortunately for offside has Mark Marino, who, Paul, I'm surprised to see him playing. The way he limped off last week, I would have thought his season was done. So he's done really well to come up.
Yeah.
In the end, we were told it was just cramp, but the way he came off, it looked like he'd torn his hamstring. So his calf, sorry. So really good to see Mark Marino make the team today.
Well, he's looking pretty sharp so far in his movement. So hope for his sake that that injury doesn't come back and he can play a full game.
Borean now. It's got to be a chocolate lollipop, folks. We found out yesterday that's his favourite. He only plays with a chocolate lollipop in his mouth. A bit of a quirky character. Pictionary doing well to try and get through the Lions players, but now it's Hoare. Hoare gives it to Madley, but he's offside on the far side as the assistant referee correctly calls, and Campbelltown will have the relieving free kick. Frenetic start to this NPL Grand Final between Campbelltown City and Lions FC, both, Paul, premiers and champions of their respective NPL competitions.
Well, I was just saying as we were waiting for kickoff, the only defeat in their last 20 games in all competitions for Lions FC was in the FFA Cup to Adelaide United, and they played pretty well that evening.
They did. Gerard flicks it on, Solazano, but cut out by Fife. Now it's with Matt Mullen. Down the line, looking for Matsumoto, last week's hero. Can he get onto it? And that'll be a corner. No, Matsumoto's decided to keep it in. Cuts in back, now on his left foot, swings it in. It's to the far post. That's a great shot, and that's a great goal. It is Toure. Campbelltown City have taken an early lead. What a fantastic play again by Yohei Matsumoto. He cut back in on his left, and he found the unmarked Toure at the back post, whose first-time shot nestled into the bottom corner, and that is a great start for the South Australian team. Campbelltown City 1, Lions FC 0. Paul Marcachetti, what a great finish that was.
Fantastic, and Matsumoto, fantastic again. He's been at the heart of so much that's been good for Campbelltown. Teed up their opening goal last week. It was his cross that led to the penalty incident to give them the winner. And, of course, he scored the goal to win the local grand final here as well. And Toure's finished that brilliantly as well. And, well, they've scored as early as Sydney Olympic did last week. So this time, Campbelltown is the team that's come out blazing. Now, can there be a reply now? Carlos tries to get through onto the ball, and now it's been controlled by Thompson, the right back. He's come up. Lions will want to get back into it as soon as they can. There's Salazano, and he's lost out. Halliday's going to try to clear, and he does.
That was a fantastic finish by Toure. Really, just a sublime shot into the bottom corner. Not really much Borean could do in the Lions FC goal, but that is a perfect start for Campbelltown City.
Mardley wants it. It's got come to him. He's got nothing in the middle, and Fife's won that battle. Mullen. That's Matthew Mullen. Sorry, it's Harvey. There's Matthew Mullen. Brings it out to the left for Halliday. Tries to put through Marino, just a bit too much on it. And Lions come forward. But again, it's come out to Matsumoto on the right-hand side. Trying to find some room. Here's Mullen, good play. Hasn't got a huge amount of options, but now here's Marino on the right. And there's players in the middle again. Marino's ball in, just a bit too close to keeper Borean. And he's going to just take a little bit of time. Terrific start, early goal, just as we saw here last week, but this time it's the home side. And they ride on it from the beginning. Mullen's going to win that. That's Matthew. Alex now, and he heads the ball on. But it's come out to Gerard. Borean.
If you're watching from Queensland, this Campbelltown team has 3 Mullins in it. The coach, their attacking midfielder, and their central defender. So bear with us as we get the right name.
Make sure we get the first name right. The coach is the uncle of the 2 that are on the field.
And the father of Dan Mullen, who last played for Wellington Phoenix, of course.
So there's lots of Mullins here in South Australia, and all making a great contribution to the game. Now, Toure, goal scorer. See if you can get inside Thompson. That'll be an important battle today. Back heel, Halliday. This is good play. Campbelltown are looking sharp, but plenty of bodies in the way for Lions, and they're going to just have to cough the ball up. Oh, and there's an ambitious effort by Pictionary, but no trouble there for Borean.
I think they've swung the gates open here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. People streaming in now. Great to see. There's going to be a very healthy crowd here.
Of course, it's the middle day of a long weekend here, and a lot of people would have already made certain plans for that weekend, not knowing that this game would be on until it was confirmed a week ago.
Including, like you said, Paul, some of the players and coaching staff from Lions.
Yeah, indeed. A couple of them are going to be missing today. Josh Brindle South has other commitments that he was originally committed to that he can't make it today. That's a big blow. It's meant that Shepherd has filled in at the left-back spot that he was occupying last week in the match against Heidelberg, which Lions won on penalties. That was 12 days ago, played midweek. Here's Pictionary, under a bit of pressure, but he's done pretty well to turn and hang on to the ball. And Kim's going to clean up here, defensive midfielder.
I was saying before the game, Paul, that Kim is just one of those pass and move type players that you really enjoy watching.
Yeah, Mardley's handballed it there, so Campbelltown are going to get the free kick. Yeah, he's a terrific little player, plays just in front of the back four, sometimes drops back in between the centre backs. Great distribution. Harpus will take the free kick. You just saw there on camera that Coach Joe Mullen's given Matsumoto some instructions, staying out right on the wing. He came a little bit infield in the second half and wreaked a lot of havoc, moved the defence around. And Campbelltown was so much better in that second half against Olympic last week. Now, Gerard has the ball and a little bit of space. Simic is getting closed down, the captain, and he's given it away. Good pressure from Campbelltown. But Sean Carlos is going to win out, but no, he's lost out now to Harvey. Good battling in there. Here's Mullen, Alex, but he's under-hit that ball. He's going to get another go. Alex Mullen buys himself some time. Matsumoto, that's a good ball. Now, 2 players come to him, the dangerous player, and he's brought it infield to Detroyer. Matsumoto, good move. Can he get another good ball in? Matsumoto, he's still going. Gets to the half, and nearly. Well, it came out towards Toure, but the Lions' legs made sure that they went out for a corner. Terrific play from the Campbelltown winger, Yohei Matsumoto. Went through several players. Look, he's a Simic for dead there. And it's the most damage, though, is it's going to be a corner for Campbelltown. Plenty of players up. Lions have got everybody back with one exception. And it's come out to Mullen, but he's only really been able to kick. I think he kicked more turf than ball in the end.
That was
it's going to be a goal kick.
That was Fife with the header there, Paul. A bit disappointed. I think you'll find that he didn't get better contact on that.
Yeah,
Fife.
no, you're right.
Lions FC have been caught on the hop here. Simic to Shepherd. They're trying very hard to try get back into this game. This is Kim now. Hoare looking for an option, trying to play through the former Brisbane Raw striker in Solazano, but gone all the way through to the keeper in Harpus.
Still people streaming in at the gates.
Halliday now. Campbelltown City must be delighted, absolutely ecstatic with the way they've started. Fife back to Halliday. Down the line, here's Detroyer. Looking for the goal scorer in Toure. A little bit too much on that, and it should be cleaned up by Gerard, and it is. And that'll be a goal kick for Lions FC.
Back out to Simic. Campbelltown pressure all over the park has been really good. Here's Kim, as he likes to do, dropping in between the centre halves. Long ball there, flicked on by Mardley. And now here's Shepherd. He's got a couple of players around him, so he comes back to Ma. It's not a huge amount of movement ahead of him, but Mardley's found himself a little bit of space, but he's not been able to get the ball back in, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Campbelltown, terrific start. Could have almost had a second. And they'll be wary. Last week, of course, they were the ones that were under the pump, but they got themselves back into it. And this is a very good Lions side, make no mistake about that. 23 wins and just 3 losses in the regular league in the Queensland NPL. Got through to the FFA Cup round of 32. They won that match and only got knocked out by Adelaide United in the round of 16. And now they're up forward again. But cleared away there by Harvey. And here's Hoare. Good touch. Now trying to get through his Shepherd. Hoare's got it back. But Harvey was having none of it. It's out for a throw. Mars come forward. Seems to have swapped with Shepherd. It was Ma that started up at left wing and Shepherd at left back, but now they've switched it around. Here's Carlos. Back to Ma. And tackled in the end by Mullen. Campbelltown keeping it tight. Carlos does well there, but Harvey's won it in the end. Mullen. That was Alex. That's a poor ball. Here's Kim. Now turned by Hoare and shot. Blocked. Kim. Campbelltown have just got a lot of bodies in the way. And they're able to clear. Won by Gerard. Sent back by Alex Mullen. Bit of head tennis. Simic now. It's done pretty well. Hoare. Good play. Solozano flicks it on for Mardley. He's got the other side of the ball. He's still in control though. Halliday for company. He's played it on, but Fife read the situation. That was a better moment for Lions.
They seem to have settled a bit in the last couple of minutes. Have Lions FC, of course, Campbelltown going 1-0 up very early in the 4th minute. Toure on the far side with a great finish from across from Yohei Matsumoto. Simic now to Ma. Down the line. Harvey's in the way. Mullen. Pictionary. Opens the ball to Halliday. Halliday now, marauding forward is the left back, looking for an option, plays it out wide. The goal scorer, Toure. One way, second way, now trying to get on his left foot. Has he done enough to win a corner? He has. That's a second corner for Campbelltown City. The Lions players furious for that decision, but looked a clear corner, and that'll be the second one of the game for the home side, Campbelltown City. Of course, Paul, Campbelltown City's home ground based just at the foothills of the Adelaide Hills, a beautiful part of the state. You were only saying you went to school pretty close by. It used to be Market Gardens quite a bit here.
Yes, in fact, all the way along here in Stradbroke Road, there were many Market Gardens. Some were still there in the 1990s, so it wasn't that long ago, but we are right on the eastern edge. You go much further east here and you're starting to drive in the windy roads.
Matsumoto to take this corner for Campbelltown City. Swings it in, looking for an option. Easily collected by the keeper and Borean for Lions FC, and they look to get going really quickly. They're breaking now with their striker, Madley. He's got Solozano going one way, but that's a great tackle by Pictionary. Referee getting excited too, wants a touch, but Pictionary says, leave it to me. Here's Mullen. Plays it back to Harvey. Harvey, long ball forward. Mark Marino is a very fast player, and that is a little bit of a tactic for Campbelltown City. They try and get him involved like that quite a bit. So you will see those long balls quite frequently from Campbelltown City. Talk about Mark Marino, how's that for pace? Caught right up to Ma and has done really well to win the ball. But Kim's there, but Marino with a third effort. Well done, former Melbourne City and Adelaide United player, of course, Mark Marino. He's not too scared to give his opinion either, but such is the respect that his coach in Joe Mullen has for him. He's been leading the line all season for Campbeltown City and doing really well his first full year out of A-League action. Simic. Looking for an option is Simic. Down the line, great touch by Madley. Solazano is just offside. And this is the flexibility that the Lions FC team have. They lined up with Ma, who's playing left back as their left wing, but they've put him to left back, obviously. Solazano was named to play left wing, started on the right, and Ma, who was named at left back, Shepherd, sorry, who was named at left back, is now playing right wing. So they got players who can play everywhere, Lions FC. And keeping us on our toes too. Mullen, long ball, easily won there by Lions. Hoare gets in the back of Detroit, and it's down to Sean Carlos, who was so impressive against Adelaide United in the FFA Cup. Shepherd now. Unfortunate slip there for Madley. Only as far as Lions player with Carlos. But he's given the ball away in Campbeltown. Under a bit of pressure now. Here's Ma to Hoare. Inside. Solazano. So Sean Carlos tries to switch it on the other side to Shepherd. It's gotten to him eventually. Cuts back inside on his right. Has a first-time shot. That's a great save from Harpers. And the follow-up really. Hoare should have done much better there with that follow-up. And don't the Lions FC coaching staff know it? The goal was beckoning there for Hoare, who had followed the shot in, and he's hit the side netting when really he should have put the ball in the back of the net and levelled the score here. You can see that he's done, really should have done a lot better there, Hoare.
Well, Lions have shown what they can do. They've hit back a couple of really, really good attacks. They got goals in them. They've scored a huge amount in the NPL in Brisbane, in Queensland, I should say, this season. Now Detroit finds Halliday, left back, just asking a bit much of Toure there. So Thompson now can clean up. Both of these teams, you wouldn't say they've got a particular style. They're both good passing teams, but both not afraid to use the quicker attacks, the longer options. Nothing predictable about either of them. Here's Simic. Borean is getting chased. And the forward pressure is very high from Campbeltown, but Lions have got out, and Kim is the outlet. Kim now might be looking to his left where he's got a couple of players, and here's one of them in Solazano. Now he tries to put through Hoare, but Mullen should get there first. Great turn by Hoare. Cross, and it's been cut out. Well, that was a moment there. Campbeltown have done well to get out of it. Detroit can't hold it up. Here's Kim. Kim now. Lions have really gotten themselves back into the swing of this game after they were stunned early. Carlos. Gerard. Over to Simic, the captain. And he's got all 11 red players in red behind him at the moment. Now it's come out to Ma, and Matsumoto has done well there.
Momentum has definitely changed in the last 5 minutes, Paul. You can tell Lions have now found their feet firmly in this game. Campbeltown City under a little bit of pressure here. Really need to make some adjustments.
Matsumoto putting Simic under pressure now. He's won the ball, but he's got nothing in the middle just yet. And, well, whistle's gone.
I think you might find that was called for a handball on Matsumoto.
Yeah.
Just there. I think he tapped it forward with his hand to regain possession.
So now it's Ma. Back to Simic. Gerard, who's played with Brisbane Raw Youth. Of course, Brisbane Raw, an enterprise by many of the people that formed the old Hollandia Inala, which is the original name of Lions FC. Formed in 1957, the same year as last week's visitors, Sydney Olympic. Huge trophy winning tradition as Brisbane Lions. Now as Lions FC. Kim tries to chip it through. Madley just chests it down. Here's Carlos. Had a look. He's gone back to Thompson, and just on the right there now is Carlos again. Lions getting much more control of the ball now in threatening positions. But Campbeltown's going to get away now through Detroit. But he might just lose possession here to Hoare, who's looked pretty good early, I'd say. Kim. Simic. We've played 21 minutes. We're nearly halfway through the first half, and I've got to say, it's absolutely flown by. But great interception there by Detroyer. He's going to end up one-on-one there with Gerard, and he's won it. Can he get it under control? It just wouldn't come in front of him, and it's going to be a corner.
That famous Campbeltown City bounce affecting Detroyer there.
Yeah,
like we said,
he had Marino in the middle if he was able to get it under control, but corner's the result.
Like we said in last week's broadcast, Paul, that this ground is due for an upgrade. It will get a synthetic surface and some new change rooms. So that very famous Campbeltown bounce won't be in existence for too much longer.
Well, if this is the last game on natural turf here, what a way to go out.
Absolutely.
National Premier League's grand final.
Matsumoto, who was instrumental in setting up that goal for Campbeltown City in the 4th minute. He swings it in. Can he find Ian Fife? They're beckoning for a penalty there where Campbeltown, nothing given, but Mullen has been fouled. Alex Mullen just outside the box. And it'll be a free kick in a very, very dangerous position for Campbeltown City. Striker's challenge there from Madley. And this is a promising position for a free kick for Campbeltown City. Referee's got the spray out, the magic spray. Must be an important game.
It's a sign. Toure might come in and swing it in on his left foot.
It will be Toure, Paul, you're absolutely correct. The goal scorer. Everything in position now, referee's happy. Ian Fife's right in the middle there. Just behind him is Alex Mullen. Toure swings it on the ground. It's hit the post. The Lions' defence and the goalkeeper caught unawares by that shot by Toure. And boy, oh boy, how close was that for 2-0 for Campbeltown City. Everybody was expecting the ball in, and Toure knew exactly what he was doing and almost snuck it in the near post. And Lions FC dodge one there. Here's Ma, looking for an option. Matt Mullen, he's cleared it. Only as far as Ma, but Matsumoto's gotten in there. Sean Carlos left his leg in a little bit. Referee said nothing doing. Play on. It's with Campbeltown anyway. Detroyer switching it on the far side to Halliday. Down the line, Toure tries to dummy his defender, but Thompson was too aware to let that happen to him. All the way to Borrian. Borrian, long clearance forward. Madley chests it down beautifully. Sean Carlos is getting more and more involved. He's an absolute pleasure to watch as this young footballer. But that ball is going to land right above us, Paul.
If it had been any lower, I think we would have been in some sort of trouble.
It'll be Ma to take the throw in for Campbeltown City. Down the line. Solizano, great back heel to Madley. He's cut inside, just a little bit too much on that. But that's just the class of the player that is Giancarlo Solizano. And to be honest, this Madley is very impressive. I think, Paul, if I'm not mistaken, had a trial with Central Coast Mariners.
Madley, he did, yep. Yes. Don't know if it lasted 6 weeks or not, which I understand is a standard trial at Central Coast Mariners. Don't know if he had 10,000 people come up and turn up for his trial game, but here he is. But he's been a tremendous goal-scoring form while he's been with Lions FC. And he's got 19 goals in 15 league games, scored the winner in the grand final, and he is somebody that Fife and Mullen are going to have to make absolutely sure they give no space to whatsoever. There is Fife. Heads it really well forward for Alex Mullen. Now, oh, that's a huge challenge on Marino by Simic, I think it was. And goodness me, that's the easiest yellow card decision that referee's going to have today. It's looking at the replay now, and Simic is very late there. Goodness me.
Gee, he's lucky that's not a red card. That was late and over the ball. I don't know. Very lucky that's only a yellow, in my opinion, for Simic.
I don't think it would have been a red in truth, but
Really?
No, but definitely no question that's a card. Pretty dangerous position though, and probably about 25 metres out. Piscineri might fancy one from here.
Gee, Paul, looking at that replay a second time, I think you're being very kind on Simic. That was late, 2-footed.
Yellow-red borderline, yeah.
Which game was it brought in an orange card? Was it hockey?
Don't know, mate.
No.
Watch too much of this to know enough about other sports. Fife and Piscineri are behind the ball. Who's it going to be? Piscineri! Oh, and for a moment it looked like Borean hadn't quite picked up where that was going, but in the end he got down to it comfortably enough. And he's found Carlos in a bit of space, though Matsumoto's closing him down. Great running from Matsumoto to win that. He's done really well and plays it through to Piscineri. Matsumoto just clears the danger, but it's only found Kim. It's all red shirts there, but they might want to get it out quickly because plenty of pressure up forward. Mudley's been fouled by Piscineri, and now Lions are going to get a free kick from probably about the same distance as the one we just saw for Campbeltown. Maybe just a touch further out. Yeah, there's the free kick again. All good for Borean in the end. Beanie wearing, lollipop chomping keeper.
It's got to be chocolate, we've been told.
Yeah.
What's your favourite flavour? I'm a watermelon man.
I don't think I've had a lollipop since I was a kid, mate. Anyway, back to the game.
that got what it deserved.
Thompson curls it in. Probably just trying to get it into that area of uncertainty where it's heading towards goal, but could still get a header on it in the end, but was just a little bit too far forward, and Harpus was just able to watch it go past. Nearly into the last quarter of an hour of what's been a terrific first half. There's been absolutely no quiet periods in this game. Both teams have been looking for goals. Both Campbeltown went even after taking the lead and Lions to try to get back into it. Here's Alex Mullen. He's got three players around him. Great back heel from Matsumoto. And he's done really well too. Wow, he gets the cheers of the crowd. They love this player. He's an absolute entertainer. Very, very skillful indeed. Fife brings it out to Halliday.
He's got to be getting some attention from the A-League teams, Matsumoto.
Toure in his battle with Thompson again. Thompson wins that one. He's going to get the throw.
If he wasn't Japanese, Matsumoto, I think he'd be playing A-League. And I mean that with all respect in the sense that...
He's a visa player.
Because he's probably just not good enough to be a visa player. But if he was Australian, you'd be crazy not to have him.
Here's Fife. He certainly has played A-League. He's going to get it back. Matsumoto's got some space on the right if they're alive to it. But right now, Piscineri tries the shot. And it's going to be headed away, but not very convincingly. Lions have shown a little bit of vulnerability in defence. And they're going to be under pressure here again from Matsumoto, the man of the moment. Goes back inboard. Piscineri. Great ball for Marino. Marino hooks it back.
That was a great ball, wasn't it?
It's still alive with Halliday. Halliday now, but there's no one there at the back post for Campbeltown. Goodness, it's some wonderful attacking play. I'd say they've attacked with even better intent and certainly better movement than they did last week, Spiro.
Absolutely. Campbeltown showing why they were premiers and champions here in South Australia. Fast, quick transition. Got to say, I'm really enjoying the game so far of Alex Mullen, who has been superb in the midfield. Showed that in the second half last week. Why Graham Arnold signed him for Sydney FC, of course. He's been the playmaker for the Red Devils team today and very good to watch.
Solazano, though, he's got a bit of an opportunity now. Gets it back, but the ball wasn't really good enough, and Alex Mullen comes away. Matsumoto. It was probably a bit much on it for Mullen. So it's run through now. Here's Thompson. Gerard. Simic. He's going to have to be on his best behaviour for the rest of the game. But he's lost out there to Marino. And now he's Detroyer. Can he get it back from Marino? He has. Now Marino's got Toure in the middle. If he can find him. Toure! There it is! 2-0! Campbeltown have started this match absolutely brilliantly. We've played only 32 minutes. They've got 2 goals. Touré's got 2 goals. And they're well on their way to being National Premier League's champions. They're really asking a big question of Lions FC now. And that was a terrific move involving Marino. Detroit gave the ball back to him after he'd initially won it off Simic. Great ball, great run from Touré, great finish. Well, this is Campbeltown at their best. I don't know that we could definitely say that last week. They did enough, they dug deep to win, but today they're playing absolutely brilliantly.
That was fantastic build-up, wasn't it? Again, using the pace of Mark Marino, but how about that ball from the striker, Mark Marino? Someone here at Campbeltown City's gotten excited. They put the score up as 3-0, but it's only 2. But Mark Marino's ball there, that cross to Touré. And what a finish again from the left winger. All to do now for Lions. Here's Mar. Carlos swings it in. That's a great ball. Mardley can't get onto it. Mullen clears the ball. Lions wanted a free kick for a high boot. Nothing going. Halliday now. He's been impressive at left back too. Gets past Kim. Blitzes past Kim. Halliday. Can he get a good ball in? Another chance here for Campbeltown City. A bit too much on it in the end from Halliday, but it should be collected by Mark Marino. Marino with an assist to his name. Tries something very tricky, does Mark Marino, and wins a corner for Campbeltown City.
One thing about Campbeltown this year, for those of you that are not familiar with the South Australian League, they have been a high-scoring team. Their defence is good, no question about that, but particularly in the second half of the season, the goals were really flowing. There are lots of goals in this team, and that's one of the reasons why it's going to be hard for Lions to get back. It's not just because they've got to score 2. They've got to keep keeping Campbeltown out. And the mood they're in now, they could be adding even more.
Touré to take this corner for the Red Devils. Taking his time. Swings it in now. Looking for Mullen. Cleared by Lions, only as far as Detroit. And that's going to hit my car in the car park, to be honest with you, Paul.
It's actually cleared the Joe Natale balcony. The club rooms entirely.
Yep. That's a souvenir for one young footballer on the outside of the ground. But wasting no time, Lions FC down the line was Thompson. He couldn't get it to Solizano, but they've won it back. Lights have been switched on now. Thompson. His ball down the line for Solizano is blocked there by Touré. And it'll be that was Detroit, and it'll be a throw-in for Lions FC. Gerard. Looking for Mardley. It's gone over everybody's head, and that will be easy for Harpus. The goalkeeper, Harpus, who had a superb game in the NPL Grand Final locally here, keeping Adelaide City at bay to ensure Campbeltown City ran out 1-0 winners that day. That'll be a free kick for Mullen. Yeah, the boot was into the ribs there of Mullen, and that is a foul. And Campbeltown City 2-0 up. And they must be absolutely thrilled at the way this first half has played out. They had a few moments where Lions were looking really good, but they've responded and scored a second, and now it's all to do for the Queensland team. Solizano playing on the wings for this Lions team. Cuts inside beautifully. Finds Carlos. Advantage given by the referee. That should be called back by the referee, but it's not. Surprising decision.
I think it had gone on too long.
No Lions player touched it after Solizano was fouled. It was interesting. Simic. Down to Hoare. Gerard. Thompson, the right back. Good to see a couple Lions fans on that far side too. A couple Go Lions signs. That's great to see.
Yeah, there's a couple just to our right here on the camera side as well.
Welcome to Adelaide. Hope you're having a great time. Simic, in my opinion, lucky to still be on the park. Borian. Back to his captain in Simic. Swings it in. That's a heavy touch there from Pictionary. It's picked up by Hoare. Hoare to Gerard. Kim. Ma. Looking for an option. And Campbelltown have closed most of the space down. Everybody back behind the ball for Campbelltown City. And Lions trying to find an avenue through. But Campbelltown holding them out. Here's Carlos. We spoke to him yesterday, didn't we, Paul? And was very excited to have an opportunity to be crowned national champion. And he's one player that can bring back the Lions FC team from this 2-0 deficit.
Well, they're not short of players who can bring them back. Between Mardley, Solazano, and he and Carlos, Hoare as well, who I thought started particularly well. So they've got the cattle. Can they string it all together to get it back in? They're going to get a free kick now for that foul on Carlos. We're in the 38th minute. You'd think they'd really want to get one, at least one before half time. Here's Kim looking for an option through. Solazano let it run, but that's not where Mardley was. So it's been cleared out all the way back to Borean, who gives the beanie a touch. Goes along looking for Mardley. Mardley against Fife. Fife will win that. But it's back through Carlos. Tries to squeeze it out wide. Can Matsumoto? No, he can't prevent the throw.
Paul must be wondering how different things might have been if he'd scored that open goal.
Yeah, indeed. They pushed it right to the corner flag now, have Lions. Huge trophy-winning tradition at this club. Of course, they've already got two. Let's not forget, both of these sides have 2 trophies this year for being premiers and grand final winners. So somebody's going to complete a treble. Right now, it looks like being the team in red. But it's going to be a corner for Lions now. Sorry, no, it's a goal kick. The ball had been played out. Off Shepherd. Yeah, we're talking about the amount of silverware that Lions have. They've played in 11 of the first 12 NSL seasons as well. Won the NSL Cup in 1981. They beat West Adelaide in the final. That was played in Canberra 37 years ago. But where a lot of their success has been in the Queensland competition, and Borean's just really got under his clearance. Matsumoto's got it back to Detroyer. There's another threatening moment for Campbelltown on their right. That's where the wing that both of their goals have come from. Lions are going to get out. Now here's Mardley. Some good hold-up play there, but Matsumoto has probably just given away. Well, I'm just trying to see what the decision is here. Matsumoto went into Mardley's space a bit, but Mardley appeared to just put out an elbow. So it might be a free kick to Campbelltown. He's just down at the moment. And Matthew Mullen is saying, hey, come on over. And yeah, it was an arm swung out in the end, which has what got Matsumoto down, but he's back on his feet. He's a pretty tough little customer. It's going to take a bit more than that, I think, to end his afternoon.
Tough little customer, but he wears the long skins and the gloves because he doesn't like opponents' sweat on him. So we've been told. Well,
that's what he said. So in a local interview today with Rob Greenwood of The Advertiser. Head of there is no threat to Borean.
Just say hello to Rob if he's listening.
Yes, if you're listening, Rob. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. No, he's sitting not far from us. Hoare, Carlos. It's player open on the right. Looks like Thompson. It's a good ball in, and well done in the end by Harpus to get a glove there, and has earned himself a free kick in the process.
Just a little bit late, Mardley.
It was a very, very good ball.
If he was 1 second earlier, it wouldn't have been a foul, and he might have got onto it. That's a promising opportunity there for Lions FC. Halliday now cuts inside. Fife. Ball to nothing, really. And Gerard takes it back. Headed it backwards, only to backheel it forwards. Nevertheless, he's played it to Kim. Through ball to Carlos. Found him really well. Great turn by Carlos to Hoare, and Hoare is fouled probably about 30 metres from the Campbeltown goal. And an opportunity for Lions FC maybe to get one back before half-time. They are, of course, as you can see on our screen, 2-0 down here against Campbeltown City. The goal scorer for Campbeltown City, Toure, in the 4th and the 32nd minute. One assisted by Matsumoto, the other by Mark Marino. It'll be Thompson to take the free kick for the team from Queensland, Lions FC. Is he going to have a shot? Looking like he is. Thompson. That's hit the wall, and that should go for a corner for Lions FC, and that will be a corner for the visitors. In the 43rd minute here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre, almost half-time. Put your coaching hat on, Paul. Tell everybody in a second what you'd be saying at half-time if you were the Lions FC coach.
Well, I think firstly it depends on whether there's a goal that comes out of this corner. Well, let's just see what happens there first.
It's cleared by Mullen, going as far as Thompson. He swung it back in. Again, only as far as Campbeltown, but there's Hoare. That's a great little ball, isn't it? But only gotten as far as Simic, the clearance from Campbeltown. Shepherd, great through ball. Solazano chips it. Well cleared there by Mullen. And that was an opportunity for Lions FC. A real great passage of play there. All started with this great little ball from Shepherd. Solazano tried the cheeky little dink across the top, looking for his striking compatriot in Mardley, but cleared by Matthew Mullen on the line. And it'll be a second corner in quick succession for Lions FC. It's going to be swung in. It is swung in. And that is a goal kick for Campbeltown City.
I think if you're Lions right now, you've got to think about how you're going to stop those lightning breaks that are going forward, and probably just getting caught out, coming out of defence at the moment a little bit too much. So that's something they're really going to want to look at. Make sure they don't get caught, because right now, Marino, Matsumoto, Detroit, and Toure are doing a huge amount of work to close down when Lions have the ball in defence. And here's Matsumoto now again, but nowhere to go on that occasion. Solazano gets the header on, but it's Matthew Mullen that's going to come through with the ball. Fife out to Halliday. He hasn't got Toure in front of him because Toure just played it to Fife. So Matsumoto's gone to the left. We do see this a bit from him. Just has the freedom to leave his wing occasionally and pull his opponents across the field. But on this occasion, it's going to be a Brisbane throw. We're getting very, very close to stoppage time. Carlos heads the ball forward, but it's only going to go as far as Fife. And Campbeltown come up with it. Marino, can he get onto this? But Simic is there first. Marino still getting there. It's going to be 2 extra minutes played before we get into half-time. You'd think Campbeltown would be happy with 2-0, but they look like they're pretty happy to actually push for a third. Here's Toure. He's turned really well. He's had a terrific half, of course, scored twice. Now, can he get a ball in? No, it's going to be a goal kick. Was an ever-present in the league season for Campbeltown, Anthony Toure, and one of several players who have played all or close to all of the games for this team. They're a great unit. I know a lot of teams would say they've got a terrific team spirit, but there might be some really, really good individual players here, but there's no stars in this dressing room. Make no mistake, they're a great side, Campbeltown, and they've got a great discipline and attitude. It's one of the reasons they've been so successful. Pictionary gives away a foul. Only 1 minute of stoppage time left, you would think, if Brisbane are going to pull one back. So I should say Lions FC are going to pull one back. Of course, the Brisbane's been dropped out of their name. Here's Kim. Can he make something happen? Hasn't as much influence as he probably would have liked. And once again, that's that closing down we've been talking about. And Detroit are doing the work there to push it back for a throw. Getting very, very close now. And Campbeltown look like they're going to take 2-0 into the sheds. which are on the right of screen here, the change rooms and the club rooms, behind the southern goal. Long clearance from Halliday. It's a 2-on-1 from Marino. He's not going to waste his energy on that. All eyes on the referee. I think that's going to be it. Campbeltown City have one hand on the trophy. They lead 2-0 through goals from Ture. Anthony Ture's been on the end of some terrific work, but his finishing as well has ensured that Campbeltown has an excellent advantage to bring back for the second half. And Lions FC really have it all to do. You know they'll come back, or at least they'll give it a massive shake, because that's been what they've been doing all season. They just usually haven't known when they've been beaten. But right now, they've got a mountain to climb that's bigger than Black Hill in the distance here. No question about that.
Very impressive first half from the South Australian premiers and champions. But I've seen enough, Paul, from Lions FC in this first half to strongly suggest that they can get 2 goals. They are a good team. So it's going to be a great second half here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. We're going to take a short break here on our broadcast and come back for that second half. Don't you dare go anywhere. We've got a cracker of a second half coming up very, very soon.
Gets the half, and nearly got everybody back with one exception. And it's come out to Mullen. But
so Sean Carlos tries to switch it on the other side to Shepherd. It's gotten to him eventually. Cuts back inside his right. Has a first-time shot. That's a great save from Harpus. And the follow-up really.
There by Detroyer. He's going to end up one-on-one there with Gerard, and he's won it. Can he get it under control? It just wouldn't come in front of him. And it's going to be a corner.
That famous Campbeltown City bounce effect. Everything in position now. Referee's happy. Ian Fife's right in the middle there. Just behind him is Alex Mullen. Toure swings it on the ground. It's hit the post. The Lions' defence and the goalkeeper. Last week's hero. Can he get onto it? And that'll be a corner. No, Matsumoto's decided to keep it in. Cuts in back now on his left foot. Swings it in. It's to the far post. That's a great shot, and that's a great goal. It is Toure. Campbeltown City have taken an early lead. What a fantastic play again by Yohei Matsumoto. He cut back in on his left, and he found the unmarked Toure at the back post, whose first-time shot nestled into the bottom corner, and that is a great start for the South Australian team. Campbeltown City 1, Lions FC 0. Paul Marcachetti, what a great finish that was.
Fantastic, and Matsumoto, fantastic again. He's been at the to Detroyer. Matsumoto, good move. Can he get another good ball in? Matsumoto, still going. Gets the half, and nearly. Heart of so much that's been good for Campbeltown. To Detroyer. Matsumoto, good move. Can he get another good ball in? Matsumoto, still going. Gets the half, and nearly. Got everybody back with one exception. And it's come out to Mullen. But
so Sean Carlos tries to switch it on the other side to Shepherd. It's gotten to him eventually. Cuts back inside his right. Has a first-time shot. That's a great save from Harpus. And the follow-up really.
There by Detroyer. He's going to end up one-on-one there with Gerard, and he's won it. Can he get it under control? It just wouldn't come in front of him. And it's going to be a corner.
That famous Campbeltown City bounce effect. Everything in position now. Referee's happy. Ian Fife's right in the middle there. Just behind him is Alex Mullen. Toure swings it on the ground. It's hit the post. The Lions' defence and the goalkeeper caught unawares by that.
Well forward for Alex Mullen. Now, oh, that's a huge challenge on Marino.
Oy.
Fife and Pictionary are behind the ball. Who's it going to be? Piscineri! Oh, and for a moment it looked like Borean hadn't quite picked up where that was. He's found Carlos in a bit of space, though Matsumoto's closing him down. Great running from Matsumoto to it. Here's Alex Mullen. He's got 3 players around him. Great back heel from Matsumoto. And he's done really well too. Wow, he gets the cheers of the crowd. They love this player. He's an absolute entertainer. Very, very skillful indeed. Fife to Marino. And now he's Detroyer. Can he get it back from Marino? He has. Now Marino's got Toure in the middle. If he can find him. Toure! There it is! 2-0! Campbeltown have started this match absolutely brilliantly. We've played only.
Looking for Mullen. Cleared by Lyons. Only as far as Detroyer. And that's going to hit.
Like Thompson. That's a good ball in. And, oh, gee. Well done in the end by Harpist.
Is he going to have a shot? Looking like he is. Thompson. That's hit the wall. And that should go for a corner for Lions FC. And that will be Simic, the clearance from Campbelltown. Shepherd. Great through ball. Solazano chips it. Well cleared there by Mullen. And that was an opportunity for Lions FC. The corner, no, Matsumoto's decided to keep it in. Cuts in back now on his left foot. Swings it in. It's to the far post. That's a great shot, and that's a great goal. It is Toure. Campbelltown City have taken an early lead. What a fantastic play again by Yohei Matsumoto. He cut back in on his left, and he found the unmarked Toure at the back post, whose first time shot nestled into the bottom corner, and that
to Detroyer. Matsumoto, good move. Can he get another good ball in? Matsumoto, he's still going. Gets to the half. Oh, and nearly. Got everybody back with one exception. And it's come out to Mullen. But
so Sean Carlos tries to switch it on the other side to Shepherd. It's gotten to him eventually. Cuts back inside on his right. Has a first-time shot. That's a great save from Harpist. And the follow-up really.
There by Detroyer. He's going to end up one-on-one there with Gerard, and he's won it. He's got, can he get it under control? It just wouldn't come in front of him, and it's going to be a corner.
That famous Campbelltown City bounce. Everything in position now, referee's happy. Ian Fife's right in the middle there. Just behind him is Alex Mullen. Toure swings along the ground. It's hit the post. The Lions' defence and the goalkeeper caught unawares by that.
Well forward for Alex Mullen. Now, oh, that's a huge challenge on Marino.
Oy.
Fife and Piscineri are behind the ball. Who's it going to be? Piscineri! Oh, and for a moment it looked like Borean hadn't quite picked up where that was. He's found Carlos in a bit of space, though Matsumoto's closing him down. Great running from Matsumoto to it. Here's Alex Mullen. He's got 3 players around him. Great back heel from Matsumoto. And he's done really well too. Wow, he gets the cheers of the crowd. They love this player. He's an absolute entertainer. Very, very skillful indeed. Fife to Marino. And now he's Detroyer. Can he get it back from Marino? He has. Now Marino's got Toure in the middle. If he can find him. Toure! There it is! 2-0! Campbelltown have started this match absolutely brilliantly. We've played only.
Looking for Mullen. Cleared by Lyons. Only as far as Detroyer. And that's going to hit.
Like Thompson. That's a good ball in. And, oh, gee, well done in the end. to Detroit. Matsumoto, good move. Can he get another good ball in? Matsumoto still going. Gets to the halfway. Oh, and nearly. Got everybody back with one exception. And it's come out to Mullen. But
so Sean Carlos tries to switch it on the other side to Shepherd. It's gotten to him eventually. Cuts back inside on his right. Has a first-time shot. That's a great save from Harpus. And the follow-up really.
There by Detroit. He's going to end up one-on-one there with Gerard, and he's won it. He's got. Can he get it under control? It just wouldn't come in front of him. And it's going to be a corner.
That famous Campbeltown City bounce. Everything in position now. Referee's happy. Ian Fife's right in the middle there. Just behind him is Alex Mullen. Toure swings along the ground. It's hit the post. The Lions' defence and the goalkeeper caught unawares by that.
Well forward for Alex Mullen. Now, oh, that's a huge challenge on Marino.
Oy.
Fife and Pictionary are behind the ball. Who's it going to be? Pictionary! Oh, and for a moment it looked like Borean hadn't quite picked up where that was. He's found Carlos in a bit of space, though Matsumoto's closing him down. Great running from Matsumoto to it. Here's Alex Mullen. He's got three players around him. Great back heel from Matsumoto. And he's done really well too. Wow, he gets the cheers of the crowd. They love this player. He's an absolute entertainer. Very, very skillful indeed. Fife to Marino. And now he's Detroit. Can he get it back for Marino? He has. Now Marino's got Toure in the middle. If he can find him. Toure! There it is! 2-0! Campbeltown have started this match absolutely brilliantly. We've played only.
Looking for Mullen. Cleared by Lions. Only as far as Detroit. And that's going to hit.
Like Thompson. That's a good ball in. And, oh, gee. Well done in the end by Harpus.
Is he going to have a shot? Looking like he is. Thompson. That's hit the wall. And that should go for a corner for Lions FC. And that will be Simic, the clearance from Campbeltown. Shepherd. Great through ball. Solazano chips it. Well cleared there by Mullen. And that was an opportunity for Lions FC. The corner, no, Matsumoto's decided to keep it in. Cuts in back now on his left foot. Swings it in. It's to the far post. That's a great shot, and that's a great goal. It is Toure. Campbeltown City have taken an early lead. What a fantastic play again by Yohei Matsumoto. He cut back in on his left, and he found the unmarked Toure at the back post, whose first-time shot nestled into the bottom corner, and that
Welcome back to Steve Woodcock Sports Centre here in Campbeltown. You can see the logos of the two teams there, Campbeltown and Lions. The Campbeltown logo, in fact, has the Latin words ad fluvius et monte, between rivers and mountains. And we are indeed in a location where there are rivers. Well, they're probably closer to creeks up here. And beautiful Black Hill. Not a big, really a mountain, only 467 metres altitude at the summit, is the backdrop to this ground here in the eastern suburbs of Adelaide. We're probably about 10, 11 kilometres east-northeast of the city centre, and as you can see, some people have come all the way from Queensland to lend their support to Lions FC. They've got a lot of work to do in the second half, but we know that they can do it. They've got the players. They've had an amazing record this season, 36 senior games in all competitions. They've won 29 of them, and that doesn't include 3 that they drew, but then went on to win on penalties. So I wouldn't be writing them off just yet, even if they are 2-0 down, Spiro.
They are 2-0 down, Paul, as you just correctly said, and here's the goal from the first goal from Toure, which is a quality finish. But they did show enough in that first half to suggest they can score. So if you're a Lions fan watching from home, don't be too disheartened by the scoreline, because one goal, and that famous saying, 2-1 is the most dangerous scorer in football.
Here's that second goal that we just saw, another good finish from Toure. Borean
not sure
had to really just guess, and he went the wrong way.
Not sure about the celebration there. But Lions FC, good enough to get back in, but a lot of work is needed. Campbeltown have been fantastic. For me, Mullen and Matsumoto in the midfield, controlling the game for them. Hard to look past Toure, the goal scorer, as one of some of their best players. I'm really enjoying watching Carlos and Hoare for Lions FC, showing some real quality touches in that midfield for the visitors. It's going to be a great second half, and we're about to get underway here.
Campbeltown kick off this time, and as Lions did in the first half, they try to advance very, very quickly right from the beginning. Caught us out a bit, so quick was Lions' attack in the very first seconds of the game, but Campbelltown's come back up with it, and now it's going to be Halliday. And he's fouled. Carlos says he's got the ball, but he has lost it. He did make contact beforehand. So it's Piscineri over the ball. Campbeltown, are they en route to a famous victory? First NPL final held in Adelaide. They'd be the second South Australian team to win it after Metro Stars in 2014. Ball's come back in now. Here's Matsumoto. Can he turn? Puts the ball back in. Oh, Toure, well. I was about to scream out hat-trick. It's just over the bar, but great bit of work by Matsumoto to tee him up. And Lions now need to respond. Mardley gets the ball on. Good play here by Ma, but he's going to run out of room, I think.
That was Hoare.
Hoare, sorry, thank you. And Campbeltown will come up with a goal kick. Terrific opening strike there by Toure. He just couldn't keep it down enough after Matsumoto's terrific assist there. Just over the bar. Long from Harpus. Mullen contests, but he's going to lose out to Simic on this occasion. Here's Fife. Halliday finds Toure. Great play to get it back on the overlap to Halliday. Halliday now, but it's only going to go as far as Kim. And the defensive midfielder, he's just taken a little bit too long, and it's what Campbelltown's done so well today, just closed down at the front, and that was Marino again. And his closing down helped the second goal for the Red Devils. Matsumoto. Alex Mullen trying to switch it. That's a really good ball again for Halliday, but he's offside.
Lions FC needing a goal sooner rather than later, of course, to get themselves back into this game. But of course, as they begin to open up, they'll leave spaces in behind for Campbelltown City, so it's going to be an exciting second half. Borean is probably the warmest player on the park. Simic, the captain, looking for Mardley. His head down to Hoare is fantastic. He switches it now to Ma. Tries to cut back in, but Matsumoto, as he's been all game, in the way. And great play there by Campbelltown City to break down that attack from Lions. That's a poor pass from Matsumoto. Commentator's curse, of course. And here's Thompson. Thompson now lines up a shot. That's a great shot. That's a great goal from Thompson. What a finish that is from the right back. And Lions FC are back in this game in a big way. What a cracking strike from Thompson. It was a loose pass from Matsumoto that fell to the feet of the right back. He took it to about 25 metres out and put one right in the corner. Nothing Harpers could do about that. And what a strike that is. What a finish Campbelltown 2, Lions FC 1. It's game on here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. And that's exactly what Lions were looking for to get back into this game. And it's a quality finish from the defender.
Can play fullback or wing, Andrew Thompson, and you can just see there he's got an eye for goal. Fantastic strike.
Mardley, his flick on again. Intercepted by Mullen, but it'll be a throw-in for the far side for Lions. Mar again. Hoare. He's done well to try and get it back to Mar, and done really well there, Lions, to win another throw-in. What a finish that was, Paul Marcachetti. Got to say, that was probably the best of the three today.
Well, we've seen some cracking goals. We haven't seen any ordinary ones. That's for sure.
Interception here. Shepherd cuts inside to the byline. Done really well there. Matt Mullen to clear the ball out of danger. Matsumoto hoiks it forward. Simic should see this out and has, and that'll be a throw-in for Campbelltown City. Well, that's a fantastic start to the second half for
Let's just look at that shot again.
Lions FC.
He's really, really gotten hold of that and just got that perfect swerve away from the keeper. What a strike. And those supporters there on the far side, I got something to cheer, something to look forward to, because now that the difference is only one goal, it really is, with 40 minutes to play in normal time. Of course, we could go to extra time if Lions find the back of the net again. And that's really changed the mood of the crowd. It was buzzing before, just a little bit more subdued now. Here's Halliday. Can Campbelltown hit back and restore that advantage of 2 goals? Pictionary, turn from Marino, but no way that the defence was going to let him through. And that's a big clearance there from Mar under pressure. Much more combative now. Salazano played that really, really well for Thompson, the goal scorer. He's actually let that go out. The assistant referee on our side has flagged. It's going to be a throw-in for Campbelltown. Just in front of where we are.
A few concerned faces on the Campbelltown City supporters.
Yeah, well, Lions wanted that goal early and they got it. And we did say they got plenty of goals in them. They got plenty of players. It probably wasn't the candidate that we thought would be the player that brought them back into the game, Andrew Thompson.
He's fired up, Andrew Thompson. Just gave an absolute mouthful to Toure. Got to say,
how ironic that they're each other's direct opponents. They've scored all the goals, those two. But this time it's the free kick to Toure. He won't take it. They'll probably swing it in with a right foot of Detroit.
Do you think that was a foul, Paul?
Probably was a foul in the end, but I'd have probably complained too, mate. Spray comes out again. There's only Kim on the wall. Lots of players up, including the 2 centre backs. Fife might be the one that Detroit aims for. All on the 18-yard line. Here's the free kick. But it's too shallow. It's come back out, but that's really well won in the end by Mardley.
3-on-2.
And there are players forward here. Can he find the right ball? He's probably waited too long, but offside in the end. He just had to slip it through for Solizano sooner. And Campbelltown get out of jail there.
Lions FC will be very upset with that. They were 4-on-3. And
yeah, just a fraction too late, that ball for Solizano.
Yeah,
saved in the end by Harpus. He wasn't to know. Offside was the call. Substitutes starting to warm up for Campbelltown. They started with the same 11 today that they did last week. And even their bench has only got one change from last week's bench. It's the inclusion of Spaso Delevski. Of course, he's also got A-League experience, ready to come on and use it if necessary. Solizano. This time it's going to be cut out by Halliday. And Pictionary just loses out in midfield. Kim. Hoare. Back to Kim. Just the whole feel of the game has changed since that goal. They're not going to go home without having a massive go here, Lions. Simic. Solzano's dummy was to no avail. Detroit now. Matsumoto. Now, bit of space here, but Marino's not going to be first to it. Gerard's going to beat him to it. Never stops running, Marino. Terrific energy. Keeps the defenders on their toes. Halliday on the left-hand side. And it's going to be a Campbeltown throw. An appeal by Shepherd, but for the ricochet, but ball stays with the Reds. Here's Halliday again, trying to put over Toure. Stayed onside. But he's won a corner. They'll give Campbeltown another opportunity to throw Fife and Matthew Mullen forward.
It's a very interesting moment of the game right now, these last sort of 5 or so minutes since Lions scored that goal.
I'd almost be surprised if it finishes 2-1, because you just know both these teams have got such great, rich attacking talent in them.
It's given Lions that boost that they were desperately seeking. But as we saw last week with Campbeltown City, they'll never give up.
Matsumoto. It's high. Borean should be favourite there, and he claims it really, really well. Ball probably just hung up a little bit too much by Matsumoto on that occasion. Now Lions seeing if they can get a break, but that ball's going to be cut out there by Harvey. And here's Detroyer. He's going to win the free kick.
Gee, that's looking really bad there for Detroit. That could be a dislocated shoulder. That's horrible to see. Mardley really has got to, you got to ask the question, what was he thinking? He held Detroyer's arm, and as Detroyer went to the ground, he didn't let go, and he's dislocated his shoulder. You can see the look on the Lions supporters' face in the background there. They just weren't exactly sure what was going on. That's definitely a dislocated shoulder.
He's going to get popped back in.
Turn away now.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's have a look at this. I'm just not sure what Mardley was thinking. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, he's held on for quite a while there.
That's not... it's not great. Not great at all. And Ian Fife, I'm not surprised, as captain of the Campbeltown City team, asking the referee, I mean, he's probably saying something like, ref, surely that's at least a yellow card.
Lachlan Keever's the ref today. He's from the NPL in Victoria, but originally from the Illawarra region. And he moved to Victoria for work, continued his refereeing career, and today he is the choice for the NPL Grand Final.
Supporters enjoying the nice food available here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. My personal favourite, is a chicken burger. You had a bit of cheese and a bit of bacon. Fantastic.
That's lovely. I believe on the live stream there's a discussion breaking out about pineapple on pizza. So you must have read their minds, Spiro.
Here's Simic. A wasted free kick there from Campbeltown City. I'm not sure if we'll see Detroyer again. He's going to try and come back on, but it's going to be hard to play with a dislocated shoulder. In fact, the trainer on the far side has said no good, so Detroyer will be probably coming off. Here's Carlos to Madley. Referee says get up. Cleared by Harvey, the right back. Only as far as Kim. It's back with Ma now. Back to Kim. Looking for the run of Hoare. Almost got that through. Well cleared by Matt Mullen. And Lions FC really putting the pressure on Campbeltown City now. Campbeltown will be forced to make a change to the feet of Madley. But well defended there by Campbeltown City, who are on the back foot. Here's Sean Carlos. Plays it back. It's now with Simic. Everybody back in the final third for Campbeltown City. Of course, they're currently playing with 10. Cheeky back attempted there from the player in Shepherd, but didn't get through. And the ball looking for Marino, that quick break, cut out easily by Gerard. And his switch to Simic, and Lions FC now have some space. Cuts inside of Matsumoto, who overcommitted. Still Simic looking for a long ball that should be cleaned up. And it is by Toure. And the overlapping run by Halliday was respected, but it was a bit too much on it. And Lions FC again easily able to collect the ball. Poor Detroit is looking very, very deflated as he walks slowly to the bench. That shoulder has not gone back in. Matt Mullen to Matsumoto. Matsumoto. It will be Spase Dalewski to come on. Matt Mullen to Ian Fife. That was Alex Mullen, I do apologise. Halliday. He's got Toure. Decides to go inside to Mark Marino. Easily collected by Lions FC. Hoare, who's been very impressive. Probably one of the Lions' best. Pictionary's header only as far as the goal scorer Thompson. Gerard. Now to Simic. Ma. Composure here from Lions FC. Kim.
It's going to be Andrew Mayo that comes on.
Andrew Mayo, thank you, Paul, sorry.
It's he's played mostly in the reserves this year, so it's going to be a big moment for him. He's going to come on for Detroit.
We'll just see where Mayo slots into. It looks like he is going to go into a more deeper role and might push Mullen forward. Or could be Pictionary going into that number 10 role. It is Pictionary. So Mayo will slot right into the midfield with Matt Mullen, and Pictionary will take the number 10 role out of from Detroit, who's gone off with that shoulder. Here's a break now for Madley. Madley, can he get past the Campbeltown defenders? Well cleared by Ian Fife. Asked for a goal kick, but that was a clear corner. And the questions are being asked now by Lions FC. And here's another chance for them. Score is Campbeltown City 2, Lions FC 1. Just about to click over into the 62nd minute here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre.
Hope you're enjoying the live stream wherever you are. And wherever you are in the world. Wondering if one Basil Scarcella might be watching from England, where he works now. Of course, he is his CV includes playing for this club. In comes the corner. It's deep, but probably just a bit too long. It's going to be cleaned up by Hoare, though. Can he get another good cross in? It's just gone over. Ooh. It was well claimed in the end, but free kick's been given.
I think it was a goal kick, Paul. I think the ball, the cross from Hoare went out. So
it's actually a very large pole of one of the floodlights here between us and the assistant referee on the near touch line as you're watching. So we can't always see the flag there. Harpus with the kick. Campbeltown under a bit of pressure. They were in the second half last week as well against Sydney Olympic when the score was 1-1, not when they were 2-1 up, and they did really, really well then. Oh, that's another big foul on Matsumoto. And
Mar's saying I got the ball.
Mar's saying I got the ball, but I think he might have done that after the fact.
I think he got the ball joint in Matsumoto's knee. Yeah. Definitely did not get anywhere near the ball.
Taken quickly. Here's Halliday. Fife. Not much on that, but Halliday will get there. Toure. Great ball from Halliday, and the header! Straight at Borean. Just heard that over 1,500 people are here. 1518, yes. 1,518. Great crowd. That's almost exactly double what we had here last week for the match against Sydney Olympic. And we know there's a lot of you watching on the live stream as well. That ball has gone out. It's been a cracking game, no question, and there's got plenty of excitement, intrigue still to go. We're almost completely under lights now at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre in Newton, part of the city of Campbeltown. Now, Matsumoto, mistake there. Can he get the ball into Marino, or can he go himself? Still Matsumoto. It's Mullen. He's gone down. No, nothing doing, says the ref. The Campbeltown bench was up, but no decision. Straight away indicating referee Keevers that he was giving nothing but a goal kick. which Borean has taken really, really quickly. Fife. Toure tries to put it out, and that ball there from Halliday is going to go out for a throw. Just looking at that incident again, and Mullen, yeah, I mean, may have gone down under his own steam. Meanwhile, the game continues. Kim has the ball. Lions on the attack again. That one's a bit too long though, and Harpus will pick it up. Campbeltown 2, Lions 1, 65th minute.
Ball now with Harpus. Long clearance, looking for the head of Alex Mullen. He's done really well to flick that on to Toure. Of course, looking for a hat-trick is Toure. Cuts his side beautifully. Can he finish? The shot's a tame one. And that's the easiest thing Borean will have to do all day. But still looking dangerous is Toure, who scored 2 fantastic goals. Ma now for Lions FC. Long ball down the line, looking for Solizano. Should be cleaned up by Matt Mullen, and it is. There'll be a throw-in for Lions FC. 1,500 people here tonight at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. A great crowd. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you out there for being part of this live stream. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. It'll be Ma now for Lions, who've looked a much better team this second half. Throws it to Solizano. Hoare swings it in. Should be Harpus's. Easy for Harpus to collect. And looking to break straight away. Can Marino get onto it? He will bring this down. Straight away, though, he's got the attention of Gerard. But, Gerard did really well to win the ball. Look for all money. Oh, that's a heavy touch from Borean. Marino almost got there, but Kim has given it away now. Matsumoto, what can he do? Yohei Matsumoto tries to play through, but too many numbers there for Lions in the end, and it'll be Ma looking down the line. Young Mayo tried to get his foot on the ball there, but was unable to, and that'll be another Lions throw-in. Almost halfway through this second half, and it has been probably Lions half, Paul.
Well, they've certainly obviously been the only team to score, but they've put Campbeltown under a lot of pressure, but just occasionally they've made a couple of mistakes that have given Campbeltown an opportunity, and they can't do that too often because particularly with so much pace and ability in the Campbeltown forward 3 or 4, sooner or later they're going to get caught out if they do make more defensive errors.
Ma, back to Simic, the captain. Put in a very heavy tackle on Mark Marino in that first half. Split decision in the commentary booth about whether it was a yellow or a red. So the benefit of the doubt goes to him. Referee agreed with Paul. Only gave it a yellow. Gerard, heavy ball back. Borean's done well to collect that though. He's had to hoik it forward, a heavy touch. Madley, 1 by 5. Here's Marino, who's been very busy up forward. Great ball inside. Mayo has come on for the injured Detroyer. Marino gets back onto the return ball from Mayo. Cuts back inside on his left. Stops, 1 step over. Can he get on his right foot? That's his preferred. Plays it back. Halliday. Piscineri. Back to Halliday. Cuts inside, does Halliday, but that's won by Lions again. Hoare has been very busy. Madley. He's done well there to escape the attention of Ian Fife. Done really well. Here's Sean Carlos now. He's got Matsumoto for company. He's done well though, has Carlos, and here's Hoare. Hoare now. Looks to swing it in, cuts inside. Back outside. Madley. And he's fouled in a very dangerous position for Lions FC. Ian Fife with a little bit of afters, but this is a precarious position for Campbeltown and a great opportunity for Lions FC just outside the box. And it's a bit of nervous tension in the crowd too.
It certainly is, and there's a lot more activity on the benches, a lot more instructions, a lot more animation.
Shepherd and Thompson over the ball. Shepherd leaves it now. Could be the goal scorer, Thompson. Looking like they're going to swing it in here, our Lions. Swung in by Thompson. Cleared by Campbelltown City. Only to the top of the box. Hall with his hands in the back of young Mayo. But referee said play on. It's now with Ma. Lions again. Having most of the possession in this second half. Long ball in. It's won by Campbelltown City. But only as far as Shepherd. Handball, say the Campbelltown City players. Nothing going. All the way back to Thompson. And again, Campbelltown really just looking for that break opportunity. They're not interested in trying to keep possession. I just want to catch Lions on the break. It's a bit of a danger game. Solazano looking for Hoare, but Campbelltown should see that out. The experience of Mullen does exactly that. It'll be a relieving goal kick.
There's going to be a substitution now for Lions, and coming on is Carter Glockner. We've just got to wait to see who he's going to come on for. He's a former Brisbane City player, and they might have brought him on to score a goal. He got a late winner in the FFA Cup round of 32, which Lions FC defeated their Queensland counterparts Olympic FC in, and we're just waiting to see what number goes up, but just going to have to wait a moment longer to see who it's going to be. Now we'll find out. And he's going to be coming on for Chris Marr. So it could be an attacking substitution. Chris Marr has been playing in a more withdrawn position.
Looks like Shepherd is going to left back. Paul Media move back there. And Glockner sliding into that right wing position.
So Brisbane now, Lions I should say. You can tell I'm an old timer. Now refreshed, they're started to refresh their team with Glockner on the field. But now it's Campbelltown on the attack, and it's that man Toure. 2 goals already. Taking on Thompson again. Thompson wins that one, but it's going to be a corner. We're in the 72nd minute. Still plenty of time for a lot to happen in this game. Campbelltown City 2, Lions FC 1 at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre here in Newton in Adelaide's East. And if, for those of you that are from interstate, Newton is the suburb, Campbelltown is the council area, and Campbelltown is the club. Here's Matsumoto. It's gone really high again, but Fife! And it's headed off the line, and Mullen, and Fife with the overhead. Oh, goodness. Over the bar in the end. Well, that would have been some way for Ian Fife to score today. He did so last week with a penalty, and might just have another quick look at that. He won the initial header. Just trying to keep an eye on the field while that's going on, and that would have been some goal in the end. Well, now I've missed what's happened, but the referee has just given Fife a yellow card. And no,
I don't think it's Fife. I think it's striker, Mudley.
Because Fife nodded in a way that a player nods when the ref said to them, "I'm putting you in the book, pal." But
no, I'm pretty sure it's Mardley.
You might be right that Mardley's got that yellow.
I think something might have happened off the ball there, Paul.
Yeah, and it is a Campbelltown free kick. A couple of the supporters making their feelings known. Here's Pictionary. And there was too much on that for the dummy, I think, and Toure apologises. But the pressure's high because we're getting deep into this game and there's only 1 goal of difference. And it's the team that's behind who scored most recently and has shown that they've got more goals in them. Throw from Thompson to Mardley. Fife wins that one. Here's Halliday. Carlos tries to get through, but it's going to be a free kick to Campbelltown, and the referee gets the Bronx. I don't think he's done badly, to be honest, but obviously the overwhelming majority of this crowd are here to support Campbelltown. That probably can count the amount of Lions FC fans we have. There's been those 2 that we saw on the other side of the pitch facing the camera, and there's a couple behind us. Pictionary takes it quickly, but that's going to be Kim's. Now coming through is Mullen. That's Matthew Mullen. Cleared away. Now there's a one-on-one here, and Mardley might be able to time it. He wins the header, but now it's Solazano. Solazano gets it back to Mardley. Can he finish? Out came Harpus. It was a heavy first touch by Mardley, but that was a really quick break from Lions, and Campbelltown were nearly punished, and it's going to be a corner. Well, that's how quickly it can turn. And really, it's been that sort of game. You just never really know when the chance is going to come, and that came in a big, big hurry. And Mardley's first touch there really ruined the moment for him. But here's a corner. It's high and it's deep, maybe too deep. Solazano gets it there, and it's over the beach at the bar, and an acrobatic clearance. I think it was Carlos whose header hit the bar. Lions have come up with the ball. Referee says play on. It's come back in. Solazano! Harpus. What a game this is turning into.
Campbelltown dodge one there. That's hit the bar from a header from Sean Carlos. And to be honest, the way that Lions have been playing in this second half, that wouldn't have been undeserved. They are playing a little bit on the edge, though, the team from Queensland. And the referee is no longer going to tolerate little things like that. Let's have a look at that passage of play just before. There's that header from Carlos. Just out of trouble with Campbelltown City. And I'm surprised that wasn't a free kick for Lions, actually. That's there's a bit of tunnelling there by Mark Marino, but the referee decided no. And there was a second header there from Solazano, which was pretty comfortable in the end for Harpers. Here's that foul. Mardley, elbow across the top.
It's going to be another change, I think. No. But there are definitely subs warming up.
Kishineri to take this free kick for Campbelltown City. Swings it to the back post. He's found Mullen. He was offside. It's going to be an interesting 15 or so minutes, Paul. Lions going for it, as you would expect.
Got a feeling Liam Cosgrove's getting ready to come on. Young Lions player. If you're going to make the changes, there's not much more time. Matsumoto now.
That's another free kick.
He's fouled again. He's probably been fouled 5 or 6 times today, and Campbelltown coach in front of us, Joe Mullen, not impressed with the amount of attention that the winger's been getting today. Campbelltown looking to complete their greatest ever season with a 3rd trophy. They've been champions of South Australia four times, but this year was the first time they did the premiership and championship double, finishing top at the end of the season and then winning the grand final. They've won 3 of the 4 titles in their history in the last 6 seasons. These really are the great years of Campbelltown City. They've been in the shadows of other clubs. They've always been good, Campbelltown, but been several other teams with bigger trophy winning traditions, and now they're trying to claim a national prize for the first time. And Mullen tries to set, that was Alex Mullen, set Matsumoto forward. He's got a couple of players for attention. Marino's in the middle if he can find a way through. He's dangerous in these situations, Matsumoto, as you've seen, but on this occasion just plays it back to Harvey. And well, Mullen's given it away, and Lions now have a chance, but there was really nowhere to go. They're going to take the throw in the left back position, and here's Simic.
Simic plays it to Gerard. Ignores Thompson on the near side. Goes inside to Kim, the number 6, who has also had a very good game. Mardley, heavy touch. It's dangerous ball from Toure. Fife's done well, though, to get it back to Harpus. Bit of a bobble right as Harpus was about to kick it, but he's done well to clear it. And now it's with Shepherd, who went from right wing to left back. Long ball to Glockner. Cut out, though, by Campbelltown City. And Toure fouled again by Thompson. Getting a bit frustrated are the Lions FC coaching staff, but these fouls are there. And that was just silly from Glockner. Just absolutely unnecessary yellow card.
I think the referee, I think he's getting some advice from Toure, but I think it's best just to keep that advice to himself. I don't know that the referee's going to take too much from the players.
Fife, long ball forward, cut out easily by Gerard. Here's Halliday, he's given it away. Mardley, well cut out there by Mayo. Long clearance from Campbelltown City. Toure now. Done really well there. It's Toure to get past Thompson. Can he swing it in? Thompson did well to recover. And he gets forward really quickly, does Thompson. Long ball forward, looking for Solazano. That'll be easy for Harvey though. Matsumoto. Cuts inside once, twice. Probably held on to it for a bit too long, did Matsumoto. And he's given away the ball. Shepherd, long ball forward. Should be Matt Mullins, and it is. And that's a bit of a shank. Maybe a throw in.
Into the last 10 minutes, plus whatever extra stoppage time is brought in by the referees.
Of course, if it is a draw at full time, there will be extra time. In extra time, both clubs are permitted to make a fourth substitution. After extra time, penalties as you would expect. Sean Carlos. Hoare. Very impressive, the midfield two. Midfield three, really, for Lions in Kim, Hoare and Carlos. Did it again, commentator's curse. As soon as you give them a wrap, it's almost like they've got us plugged in. And Campbelltown City are going to try and probably slow this down now.
They're certainly been under a lot more pressure in various stages of this second half than they were in the first.
Great challenge from both teams there to win the ball. But it'll be full to Shepherd. Matsumoto's done well. He's copped a corky there. Referee didn't see anything in it. Oh. He's done really well, Matsumoto. And now he's played through Mark Marino. It's 2-on-1 though. What can Mark Marino do for Campbelltown City? He's cut back. He's realised he's outnumbered. He's going to try and hold it up now. And he slowed it right down, has Mark Marino. But here's Matsumoto. He's won the ball. Can he find someone in the middle? He has. Here's Toure. It's a shot from Mullen, but it took a deflection. It was going wide even if Borrian didn't save it. And young Viet is warming up for Campbelltown City. It's Mark Marino who's gone down again.
Yeah, and I just noticed him hobble a little bit, possibly the same injury that ended his afternoon prematurely last week. And I think his night is over. And if it is, it will be Thomas Viet that comes on to replace him. He's already getting ready. Some of the players taking drinks breaks while this is going on, both teams in front of us. It's been a furious pace, this game. And it may have a bit to go yet. Lions players getting together to talk about how they're going to approach these last few minutes. They are right back in the game. They have been ever since early in this second half. And you knew they would be. We talked about it at halftime, how good they've been this season and how many goals they've scored. Here's a couple of replays of the goals we've seen. There's Toure's first in the 4th minute. It seems like a long time ago. Thomas Viet has come on now.
It was pretty impressive last week against Sydney Olympic. Looked very composed on the ball. Young footballer making his way. Is the second goal for Campbelltown City. Toure with that second finish. Making his way is young Thomas Viet. A lot to learn still, but has the makings of a very good striker. And here's that shot from Thompson. An absolute cracker.
Well, not only have Thompson and Toure scored all the goals, but I reckon their battle's been the battle of the game, with Toure at left wing for Campbelltown, at Thompson at right back. Two terrific players, and they've really been right at it. Solazano. Bounce is going to be too high for him, but might come back to Kim to hook back. Solazano heads it on. Mardley can't get there, though. And Alex Mullen's going to try to get it forward for Viet, who's done well to win it. Here's Toure. Toure, it's broken kindly for him. Gerard read that situation really well and diffused it completely. Here's Simic with time now. Gerard. Carlos. Looking for options. Gerard's going to go long. That's going to be Fifes though. No, it's been well won. Mardley, can he bring it down? Well done in the end there by Matt Mullen. And he's cleared up the line to try to find Alex Mullen. He's done so. He's going to lose out in the end. Kim will get the ball away. Here's Fife. The pace is just seems to be continuing to go up. Hoare. Carlos tried to get it through for Mudley. Might have gone himself, Carlos, on that occasion. Now here's Shepherd. You can tell the lift in intensity. And I mean, they've already lifted their intensity once or twice, Lions, but they're not going to die wondering, that's for sure. We've got only 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. I don't really think there'll be more than 3 minutes, possibly 4. Can Lions score the goal to make it extra time here at the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre? Matsumoto, great flick. Here's Viet. Back to the winger, Matsumoto. He's getting increasing more attention. Often 2 players going to him. And he's also been probably driven back a little bit in this half, has not been as far forward.
One of the people dropped their phone over the fence. Matsumoto picked it up, gave back to him before he took the throw in. Nice guy as well.
Very helpful. Here's Harvey. He's run out of room.
He has been partly quieter this second half because of the heavy attention he's been receiving.
Absolutely.
Every
hasn't
time
gotten
he gets
as far forward as probably as often as he did in the first half.
Every time he gets the ball, there's a Lions player on him, and they're letting him know that they're there.
Long ball from Thompson. That should be the keeper's, but in the end, it's a punch and not a very convincing one. So it's going to be a corner for Lions.
Winding down here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. Lions FC have 4 minutes plus additional time to get back into this game. Campbeltown have that same amount of time to either hold on or extend their lead. It's going to be a great end to what has been a fantastic display of football at the NPL level. Here is the corner by Lions. That's an interesting option. Obviously didn't come out exactly as Carlos would have wanted it. And Campbeltown just clear it. Matsumoto is going to try and get onto it, but that's going to have too much on it.
He's not going to catch that.
And we're going to see Borean take the throw in here. This is excellent. He is different. That beanie hasn't looked like it's moved the whole game. Long ball now from Lions, looking for Solazano. Well won there by Halliday. But that's a heavy touch from Piscineri.
Well, Sean Carlos told us yesterday that he wants to take penalties in normal play, Borean, not just during the shootouts. So that should tell you all you need to know about the Lions keeper. He fancies himself.
Sean Carlos's throw-in is cleared by Campbeltown, but Kim regains possession for Lions. Here's Halliday. That's a junk time clearance. That one is from Halliday. That's when you play amateurs and there's no fences and you kick it as far away as you can to force the opposition to run after and get it.
You've done that once or twice, mate.
Every week. Thompson, his throw-in, 1 by 5. Viet was being held on, but Gerard showing his experience all the way back to Borean. Long clearance from the Lions keeper. Won by Matt Mullen. And it's now with Toure on the other side. But again, Lions FC closing down and winning possession back a little bit too easily. Shepherd out to Thompson, the goal scorer. They close him down this time. Swings it in nicely, but well cut out there by Matt Mullen. And can Campbeltown City break now? Alex Mullen looking for Matsumoto, but that's got too much on it. And we're almost into injury time. There'll probably be 4 or 5 minutes. Mark Marino was down for at least 2.5.
Every time I look down at Joe Mullen, the Campbeltown coach, he's inched a little bit further out of the area that he's supposed to be allowed to be in.
Madley did well to get it to Hoare. Carlos, he's given it away. Here's Viet. Great touch. He does have that, very composed. Matsumoto. Mullen now. Crowd urging him forward. Halliday. He's got Toure on the outside. What will he do? He's ended up giving possession back to Campbeltown, but he's won it. Solazano let it run. And all the way back to Alex Mullen. And he slows things down. Looking to switch the ball there to Matsumoto. Easily cut out by Simic. And here's Madley. Can he get the ball forward? Matt Mullen's done well to clear the ball. Piscineri, first time for Matsumoto, but that'll be a throw in. But that's a good result for Campbelltown. It's on the far side as we head into the last minute of normal time.
That was a bit of an anywhere will do. Campbelltown not really the sort of team that takes their foot off the pedal much, but they might be well advised in this last few minutes to take a what we have we hold attitude. They're getting very, very close to the biggest title in their history, the Red Devils. But they're playing such a dangerous side, and who's shown in this second half not just how much ability and attacking threat they've got, but that they're playing for keeps too. They've got a lot of players missing lines who are unavailable. It just goes to show how good a club they are. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Mullen wins the free kick, and he's going to get the ball back, and there goes the board. Makes it official. Fife in no hurry. Lots of instructions coming from the bench. Joe Mullen's right there next to where Fife is, as is Vas Parhas, the assistant at Campbelltown. It's long to Toure. Campbelltown will get the throw, and that'll eat up a few more precious seconds. Halliday. The tension is massive here at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. Now, Lions will get the ball. There's probably 2 minutes of stoppage time left. Borean, get on with it, say his teammates. Sean Carlos is pointing, trying to direct a bit of traffic in midfield. It's going to be won by the big striker, but it's really come to no avail. Sean Carlos will get the ball. He tries to put it through for Solorzano. And Halliday's going to clear. Oh, and Matsumoto's through here. Hey, Matsumoto, can he finish it for Campbelltown? He pulls the ball back. Here's Viet! Straight at Borean. Oh, and a couple of people on the Campbelltown bench just thumped the hoardings in frustration. That was the moment. Matsumoto's won the ball again, and he's fouled. Well, he's contributed at least to eating up a few more seconds. That was terrific play to tee up Viet before. A mistake there, and he cashed in straight away on Simic's loose bit of control, and Viet just put it straight at Borean. Now the ball's come out to Toure. He's going to try to win the throw off Thompson. What a battle it's been. Toure's won the ball. Toure, Thompson wins it. I've loved it, that battle. Thompson gets it out long. Fife is best placed and he wins it. Piscineri, Matsumoto goes on the right wing. Will he play the corner game, Matsumoto? Or will he just go himself? He's going to run out of real estate there. Borean. Lions just trying to get the ball forward. They just haven't been able to get into their half in this, their attacking half in this particular. No, it's going to be a yellow card. There was a yes cheer, thinking that it was full time, but Lions are going to get a free kick at which they could just throw the kitchen sink. Borean's going up himself. They're going to have 10 players for Thompson to aim at in what is surely the last passage of play. Every single player except for Thompson is in or around the penalty area. Here it goes. It actually goes out to Borean, but it's too short. It's over! Campbelltown are the National Premier League champions of Australia. They've won an unbelievable treble. Premiers by a good distance here. Then they won the grand final. Now they've won the National Premier League's championship. They're the first team to win it on South Australian soil. They're the second team to win it for South Australia. Metro Stars in 2014, Campbeltown City in 2018. A terrific performance. Lions really threw a lot at them in the second half, but they stood strong. A little bit of luck in the end, it's true. Carlos's header that hit the crossbar could have easily just dipped a few centimetres shorter and made it 2-2. But they deserved the success against a fantastic Lions team. They knocked out the champions of New South Wales last week. They've knocked out the champions of Queensland today. The Red Devils. What an absolutely magnificent title for them. 5 years ago, their 50th anniversary celebrations were about to end with just one title of South Australia in the club rooms. They won their second that season. They've won two more since in this state, and it's all been under the coaching of Joe Mullen, who's just shown an absolutely terrific transition. He's been an assistant coach in the A-League. He's coached in the NPL before, and now he has 3 titles to his name at local level and at South Australian level, and he also has the national title to his name today. Of course, he won 3 championships, 3 NSL championships as a player. There's Toure's first goal, a terrific finish after Matsumoto's work on your screen. That set the ball rolling for Campbeltown in the 4th minute. And it was Toure again that made it 2-0, and the final score was 2-1. Have a look at the second goal. Great combination there. Great work by Marino. And Toure put it inside the far post. That was the end of the scoring for Campbeltown, but it was enough in the end because this was Lions' only reply through Andrew Thompson. They kept pushing. That was a cracking strike. They kept pushing for the entirety of the second half, but the equaliser didn't come. Their players in a huddle here, they can hold their heads high. They're under strength today. They played brilliantly. They've had an amazing season. 23 wins out of 26 in their regular season in Queensland. Then went on to win their grand final. Qualified for the FFA Cup round of 32. Made it through to the round of 16. Pushed Adelaide United all the way in the round of 16. They knocked out Heidelberg United in the semi-finals. That's no mean feat. They were the winners last year, Heidelberg. But they couldn't become the first Queensland team to win this trophy. Like Brisbane Strikers last year, they've fallen just short at the final hurdle. And Campbeltown, well, South Australia now has 2 of these NPL titles, the only state to be a multiple winner apart from New South Wales in the short history of this competition. Not a lot of people would have picked it at the start of the season. Even if they were champions 2 years ago here in South Australia, they finished 9th last season. They came back this season, finished top by 4 points, did the business again in the finals, and they are a really good finals playing side. 3-0 away to Canberra FC in the elimination rounds of this competition. 2-1 over Sydney Olympic last week when they were under pressure, had to dig deep and come from behind. And 2-1 against today against a very strong Lions FC outfit. There's Matsumoto. What a huge part of their success he's been. Played another outstanding match today. He's got to be a candidate for the John Cosmina Medal for best on ground for sure. Toure, of course, with both the goals for Campbeltown. He'll be a candidate as well, of that you can be sure. Be interesting to see who the final decision goes to. And presentations are already almost ready in place. We'll go down there when they begin. There's the supporters at the club rooms here at the southern end, the right of screen as you're looking at it. like so many clubs formed in the 50s and 60s, Campbeltown was formed in 1963. Just a few people built it out of nothing. Not a traditional power in South Australia. In fact, I worked out during the week there's probably 6 or 7 clubs in South Australia that have won more trophies and that are much more accustomed to winning trophies than Campbeltown. But they have spent all bar one of the last 25 years in the top division, but they were rarely there right at the end. That's all changed in the last 5 or 6 years. And they are the kings locally, and they're the kings of the NPL nationally today. A great way for them to celebrate the second half century of their existence, which is only 5 years old. And what a 5 years it's been. Just looking at where the presentations will be made, which will be facing the Joe Natali balcony. Joe Natali, the first ever coach of Campbeltown. Terrific interview with him just the other day that was in the local paper here. 92 years old now, and he's here. And as we mentioned before, he used to go scouring the market gardens that surrounded this venue at the time to find players. Well, not much better than the players they've got out there now. Absolutely terrific side. Ian Fife, their captain, what an amazing career. You think that his famous appearance in the Australian under-17s team was actually last century. He probably won't be like to be reminded of how long ago that is. 36 years old. He's actually a little bit older than Warren Moon, the regular coach of Brisbane Lions FC, I should say. And said to me just yesterday that, like any other competition, this honour is as big an honour as they come when there's a trophy at the end of it. And he and his team have given their all. They're not just a talented team, they are a very, very hard-working, disciplined team. Never know when they're beaten. That's been one of the keys to their success this season, not just their ability on the park. Lions FC players very sportingly standing to watch. They will be, I think, awarded runners-up medals. They'll be disappointed today, but hard to be too disappointed with the terrific season they've had. Their first in the NPL, and they just swept their way to premiership success with 23 wins in 26 games. Won 3 penalty shootouts this season in different competitions, in the FFA Cup preliminary rounds, in their final series in Queensland, and in this competition against Heidelberg last week. Of course, one of the successful takers, their colourful keeper, Borean, but he wasn't able to take a pen today. His net was bulged twice, and that was enough for Campbeltown. 2-1 winners in the NPL Grand Final. So many supporters are still here. They're out of your picture at the moment, but they're adjacent. They've all moved to a part of the ground which is adjacent to where the presentations are going to take place, or they're up on the balconies. There's the trophy that these teams have been playing for. A third piece of silverware for the Red Devils. Just waiting before we can throw down there to watch the presentations. It was a cracking match. The pace of it was absolutely terrific. There were absolutely no points where you felt that it was going to quieten down or that either team was going to go into its shell. And they just kept coming at each other. It was great entertainment for those of us watching. Probably a bit of a heart stopper for the local fans in the end. But their team has held on. We're going to go over to the presentation area now for the medals and the trophies to be awarded.
conclude the National Premier League's 2018 Final Series. Please put your hands together for Campbeltown City and Lions FC. Please now welcome the official party for today's presentation ceremony, President of the Football Federation of South Australia, Sam Ciccarello, South Australian football legend Aurelio Wittmer, and the son of former Socceroos captain and Australian Football Hall of Fame member John Kosmina, Nathan Kosmina. Before we begin the presentation ceremony, please acknowledge the official ball partner of the NPL 2018 Final Series, Minor. Now to begin the presentation ceremony, today's match would not have been possible without the support and dedication of our match officials. We invite the match officials from today's National Premier League 2018 Grand Final to come forward and receive their medals. Match referee Lachlan Keevers, assistant referee Aaron Galante and Isabella Blakes, and the fourth official Daniel Elder. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the officials. Can I now ask Nathan Kosmina, the son of the great John Kosmina, to come forward and present the John Kosmina medal to the player voted to be best on field in today's NPL 2018 Grand Final. And the winner of the John Kosmina medal is Anthony Toure from Campbeltown City Soccer Club. Gentlemen, please congratulate the runners of the National Premier League's 2018 Grand Final, Lions FC. What an outstanding season it's been for them. Premiers and champions in Queensland. I would now like to invite the 16 players and the assistant coach, the head coach is overseas, ladies and gentlemen, to come up and collect their medals. One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Lions FC. It's now time to turn our attention to the National Premier League's 2018 Champions of Australia, Campbeltown City Soccer Club. I'll ask the players to come forward individually, please, starting with number 2, Sean Harvey. Number 3, Spase Delansky. Number 5, Matthew Mullen. Number 7, Anthony Missionary. Number 8, Alexander Mullen. Number 9, Mark Marino. Number 10, Luigi DeTroia. Injured. Number 11, Anthony Toure. Number 14, Adam Missionary. Number 16, Andrew Mayo. Number 18, Johan Matsumoto. Number 19, Thomas Fiat. Number 20, Nicholas Harpers. Number 23, Jake Halliday. Number 99, Joseph Ruggiero. I would now like to invite the captain of Campbeltown City, Ian Fry, to come forward and say a few words.
First of all, I'd just like to thank the crowd for coming out tonight, all our supporters, everyone here that travelled from Queensland also, made it a wonderful spectacle, and it's great to have everyone here at our club, and to see the stand, 5 and 6 people back is a wonderful thing to see, so it's a very proud moment. Obviously to Queensland Lions, or Brisbane Lions, commiserations. Wonderful effort, always hard to lose in these finals, and you gave it your best. You're a great team, and luckily for us we were just a little bit better on the day. To everyone of our sponsors, everyone that helps out behind the scenes at our club, thank you very much. The boys appreciate it so much. And finally, to Joe especially, but our coaching staff in general, but Joe especially, who's been wonderful and just set the best example that his players will always buy into and always follow. He always deflects from it, but he really does deserve most of the credit for the success that we've had this year. Finally, to my team, our boys, you've just been absolutely brilliant this year. Everything that the coaching staff and myself have asked from you, you've done. You've performed week in, week out, and it's the little things that got us to this point. The things that people don't see behind the scenes, the training, the work you put in, the time you come before training, put in extra work, you stay back. These are the things that makes a difference, and these are the things that win trophies. So you guys deserve all the credit. You young boys, you were wonderful, and yet again, on an occasion where you've got to step up and play and perform in a final, you do it again. So it's a credit to you and a credit to the people that you are. Thank you very much.
One more person to bring forward, ladies and gentlemen, is the coach, Joe Mullen. Aurelio, please do the honour of Joe with the trophy and crowning Campbeltown City National Premier League 2018 champions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance this afternoon, and we look forward to your continued support of football in the National Premier League. Please take care. Heading home from the Steve Woodcock Sports Centre, and remember, staff are here to help you should you require any assistance. Good night, and thank you for your support.
Well, there were the presentations. Campbeltown City National Premier League's champions 2018. And winning 2-1 over Lions FC here. That's going to bring an end to the coverage. I hope you enjoyed it wherever you were watching the live stream. On behalf of Livestream Australia, my co-commentator Spiro Karanikos-Mimis, who just went down and performed the MC roles for the presentations, and myself, Paul Marcachetti. It's a good night, and thanks for joining us.